beautiful looking shot right here. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
These putts keep the round together.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. So with that, 1 over par. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or a short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a tester from 4 feet. 2-1 over par early on in this round. Frank, the challenge begins to intensify here at the fourth.
Yeah, a bit risky if you try and hit it down the right side. Just about every player I've seen over the years has sort of aired a little bit to the left. That's a safer tee shot, but it does set up a very daunting second. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
Birdie try up next. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No. Just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
Slipping just a bit, another bogey, and now 2 over par. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Good looking shot right here. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That had to really hurt Frank because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
He has a birdie opportunity here. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Now to the 374-yard par 4 6th, another scoring opportunity.
Just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided. There's something about a well-hit shot. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Nothing wrong with that one. Only about 15 feet away and a chance for birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Just didn't read that one quite right. So just a formality here. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews. Here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot. You're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, one of the unique characteristics of the old course is that only the 1st, 9th, 17th, and 18th holes have their own greens.
Yeah, there's 7 double greens out there, and double greens, they all add up to the number 18. So if you're on the 5th, it's adjoined by the 13th, or the 6th is the 12th. As well as there's a whopping 112 bunkers, and believe me, they're all in play.
They each have their own name, all 112?
Pretty much so, yeah. There's a few with, there's the Beardies and the Corps and the Principals nose. There's some that do stand out, but none of them are very inviting, that's for sure.
And the road hole bunker, that's one of the most famous in the world. Not very big.
No, it's probably the size of a couple of tables. It's not quite as deep as it was. That bank is a little less severe now than it used to be in years gone by, probably so they can save a bit of sand, because it gets a bit of excavation day in, day out.
Bang, bang, back-to-back birdies. Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
2 under par now after a couple birdies. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That sets up a lengthy putt here on number 10. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. Well, he has it going now, Frank.
He looks like he's on a roll. Momentum in one direction, all forward.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Just a couple of feet. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is. Safely on deck.
Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
And getting ready for the putt. That is a solid par putt right there. Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathering. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
Oh my goodness, that is on in 1. Wow, what an incredible shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh man.
They just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Really moving in the right direction at 3 under. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play, power or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of this green.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
12 feet still to go. Wow, I thought he made that. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Now at -2 for the day. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
Good contact, good result. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Did the job right there. Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather, big crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4 15th. Very good par 4.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's no snack though. Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Could use this. Putt for par. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, the 16th hole, famous for the principal's nose, and I can't help but think of Mrs. Hartman from 4th grade.
Well, I don't know.
She didn't like us.
I don't know how Mrs. Hartman would have played this hole, but she would have been wary of the out of bounds on the right. And that's why the general consensus is you not only avoid the principal's nose, but you hit the tee shot a little bit further left. It might lengthen the hole, but it is certainly the more prudent strategy.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. The famous 17th at the Open Championship, Frank, you begin to see the scoreboards, the grandstands, and you know all eyes are on you for the next couple of holes.
Yeah, this is one hole I think that anybody that goes to the Old Course certainly wants to play. Blind tee shot, you've got to flash it across the out of bounds and somehow find the fairway. If you go too safe down the left side, well, there's some heather to be chopping out of. Good tee shot certainly gives you a chance to hit at this beautiful green that's angled to the left, well protected by the road hole bunker. And then if you're a little ambitious and a little strong, then there's a road itself and an out of bounds beyond this green. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
So, Frank, out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier.
And he's made the green. This one just requires a little bit of focus. And he makes it for a bogey here. Frank, here at the 18th, so much history has been made through the years.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories, I remember Jack Nicklaus when he beat Doug Sanders in that playoff. The famous sort of short putt that Doug Sanders missed. But really, the great moment that stands out was Seve making that 15-footer across the hill in 1984 wearing the blue sweater. Not only did he win the Open Championship, but he beat a tremendous field that included Bernard Langer, Tom Watson, Fred Couples, Lanny Wadkins, Faldo, and Greg Norman. It was an amazing Open Championship.
And I love that fist pump. It was pure Seve, all that fire, all that passion came flying out. And that's where you just sort of fell in love with the game.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Frank, it really was vintage St. Andrews today in so many ways. Just a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, the old course has so many great memories. Obviously, when it crowns the 2015 Open champion, it will add another great name to its already impressive roster. But for anybody to play this great golf course, it's a chance to be linked with the past and the future of the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself, pal. And with that, for my colleague Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports saying so long from the home of golf, St. Andrews.